So let's run through some of these. It's cumin, pepper, turmeric, and a touch of cinnamon. That's just the short list of many spices that make Indian food so memorable. Anupi Singlai is here. She's the author of 3 cookbooks. The most recent is Indian for Everyone. My taste buds are a-jumping. I'm excited to try this delicious food. But first, let's start a little bit with your background. Now, you're from India.
Yeah, well, I was born in India, and I came to this country when I was 3, so I was raised outside of Philadelphia, Philly, and basically was raised in the U.S., but going back to India back and forth every single year, and learned how to cook from my grandfather.
So that's how your love of India food came from your grandfather?
Yes, it did.
Very nice. And you would like to say Indian as apple pie. What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, I was thinking, how do I represent myself? I grew up in America. I have an American profile, and point of view, but I was born in India and I have a love for India. So it just felt like
that makes sense. Yeah.
American is apple pie, Indian is apple pie. Why not? Let's do it. I roll with it.
That. And what would you say, what Indian dish is most popular here in America?
I think the tikka masala, chicken tikka masala is very popular, but it was actually developed in England. So a lot of folks don't know when you go to India and you ask for a tikka masala, they'll be like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. All of our dishes, they're not really curries per se. Curry means gravy in Indian food, not spice. So we don't use a curry blend or a curry powder. We use basic spices.
That's funny. So a lot of people just assume curry's in there and it's not.
Exactly.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, you found through cooking and travels that many people say that some of the food requires weird dishes, weird tastes. Explain what you mean by that.
Exactly. People think that Indian food is so undoable or non-doable at home because it requires weird ingredients. It doesn't. We're going to use basic ingredients: eggs, onion, ginger, a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of chili, and the spices are the learning curve. So I always say you really need to know what spices you need. You need about 6 or 7. Get your basic spices and you can cook Indian food every day.
Well, let's get cooking because we have about 4 minutes left. What are you making today?
All right, I'm going to make an omelet. So this was an easy, simple dish. Believe it or not, they sell it on the streets in India. It's considered a street food. So whenever you go out drinking, you know, at night and you want to go and have something delicious and savory afterwards, you can go and get an omelet.
You started with coconut in there.
Yeah, a little bit of coconut oil.
That's really healthy for you.
It's very healthy. You could use ghee, which is a clarified butter. It's just got a little bit of a higher smoke point, whatever you want. And this is a really important part of Indian cooking is the tempering of the spices. So we're going to take now the cumin seed that we talked about earlier. We're going to put it right into this hot, hot oil and listen to that sizzle. And then you're basically pulling out all those essential oils, just like pine nuts, roasting pine nuts, or garlic, really,
so
in
many
oil.
health benefits when you eat Indian food. That's wonderful.
Yep, anti-cancerous. We've got anti-inflammatory with the turmeric powder. We're going to get that in as well.
Is turmeric hot?
It's kind of an earthy taste.
Really?
It's not spicy. And then what we'll do is grab our main ingredients, the onion, ginger, and we'll put that right in there.
And now, since we're making an omelet, are eggs considered Indian street food? Is that true?
It is, believe it or not. On the streets in India, we do go and grab, there's these vendors. It was really cool. I did a story back in the day when I was writing still, and they'll have the eggs basically positioned on the back of their bikes. And they'll ride them out around in the streets of Delhi, and they'll get to their vending card, and then they'll sell them. They'll make these omelets on the street for you.
That's wonderful. It smells so good. Oh, gosh, I wish this was Scratch and Sniff TV, because this smells so delicious right now.
So already you've got those amazing flavors coming out, and that's how you did it. And now what we're gonna do is just pull this pan over so it doesn't get too hot, and put a few of these spices now into the egg. So it's basically 1 egg, 1 egg white. Do it the way you want. Just use egg whites if you want. Use tofu if you eat plant-based, which I normally do. And so you could do it any way you want. We're gonna grab a little bit of the spicing here, the garam masala, which is the only funky little blend you're gonna need, but you can find it on store shelves now.
I've never even heard of it.
It's just a blend of spices, a little bit of coriander powder, and a little salt. And I decided not to put any red chilies, just to be really nice
to you.
For me. But you can. Cayenne pepper, a little bit of green chili.
Is this called the masala egg scramble?
It is.
Okay.
It absolutely is.
So they would go ask if they wanted Indian food and they wanted this, they would ask for the masala egg scramble.
Exactly.
Okay.
In Hindi.
In Hindi? Oh my gosh. And the locations you're going to be at in Denver for people to meet you because they want to see the book, they want to get the book, maybe have you autograph it.
Sure. I'll be at the Le Creuset store tomorrow from 3 to 4, I believe it is, and then I'll be at Tattered Cover, which I'm super excited to check out that bookstore.
Oh, it's beautiful.
On Saturday.
And you have to go meet her because she's from Chicago. She's going to be there tomorrow, 3 to 4 at Le Creuset, you said?
At Le Creuset, yep.
Right, okay. And you have been a journalist in your past. You actually worked in Chicago, right?
I did. I was the morning reporter I had 2 little girls, and I always tell people, if you don't understand how hard this job is, it is super hard. I fell asleep once in the dentist chair with a drill in my mouth because I was getting up at 1 in the morning,
Isn't
you know,
that
on air
horrible?
by 5. But I decided, because my husband's a consultant and my girls, they needed me at home, and so I decided to take a break and write a book, and now it's 3.
That's wonderful. I mean, congratulations. I used to work those morning hours too, and it is the hardest thing to do. People think you just sit and read all day. No, that's not what it is. I cannot wait to taste test this, but you can actually meet Anupi Singla in person tomorrow, 3 to 4 at Le Croissant Signature Store at 158 Fillmore Street. Now, Anupi will offer a cooking demo and a book signing, and then this Saturday from 2 to 3, she'll be at Tattered Cover on Colfax for another book signing and discussion. Definitely take time to go say hi to her and get these great recipes.